Alright, we're here for the first round with Jeskai, and this hand looks reasonable. Got a bunch of lands, which is good. A couple of removal spells and a Soulfire GM. Probably going to lead here with Flutter Strand, go ahead and crack and thin our deck a little bit, as well as hopefully making a future Treasure Cruise a little bit cheaper to cast. Feels good not having to fetch a second blue source for dig through time. I will say that. Alright, just in case we draw a tap land and want to cast Lightning Strike, we're going to play the mountain over the island. That way, if you play something you want to kill, we can just kill it and still be able to play our land tapped. Rattleclaw? Yeah, it's dying. Now, both the Devotion decks and the Monsters decks play Rugged Highland, so I'm unsure as to which version he's playing yet. Same with Courser. Alright, go ahead and fetch out the other planes, get it out of here. I think I'm going to go ahead and Valor Stand so I can attack for 2. I might not Lightning Strike next turn in hopes that I get to buy it back, but I think regardless, I think I might cast it in hopes that I draw Treasure Cruise and I can cast it more cheaply. I mean, the odds of me drawing something to turn on to use with Soulfire is reasonably high. Alright, he's only got 2 cards in hand, but he has like 6 mana, so we'll just go ahead and kill the Rattleclaw. Treasure Cruise, Jeskai Charm. Ooh, we might get him here. I don't think he'd play around this, so I think we're gonna pump to kill his guy if he blocks. That is one cool part about Jeskai Charm. No one's gonna play around it because it hasn't been played in so long. So he's got 2 cards in hand and only 4 mana, so he can't cast Stormbreath Dragon, or I guess even Whisperwood Elemental, depending on what version he's playing. The jig would be up if he played something like Haven of the Spear Dragon or Thunderbreak Region or something. So, no, not Xenagos. Alright, well, we need to draw something big here. That was not it. And now we're going to eventually lose to Xenagos. But he does only have 1 card in hand. But he fetched a forest, so he's probably playing Devotion. We drew pretty well in the early turns. A lot of ways to interact with him, but I'm really curious if this morph is a Rattleclaw or a Den Protector. Or even, man. Alright, well, we've been having some mana issues lately. Last week I mulliganed to 4 like 5 times. Not exactly that many, but it was a lot. I guess if we draw anything to cast, we can go a little bananas. We are still at 23. Oshai's Command. That ain't bad. Although we don't have another land to get with the Flutter Strand, so that stinks. I guess we just yeah, since we can't buy back, we'll just block and then draw a card and bring it back. And hopefully we'll draw a Treasure Cruise or something. Yeah. Unfortunately we can't. Yeah, I mean we could have bought it back if we had 1 more mana, but alright. Well, let's do this. Actually, yeah, we just want to do blue. And then we'll Wild Slash the morph. And hopefully it's Rattleclaw, and it is. Player land. And attack Xenagos, gain some life. And next turn we can buy back the Wild Slash and kill it, even if he ticks up. Still inherited. He's gonna hit us for 8 though, which is a lot. But we do get to gain 4 life, so it's not that bad. Alright, so we'll just attack for 2. We don't really want to block. Alright. So activate this again. Cast Wild Slash on him, redirecting to Xenagos. He might have another Xenagos. That would not be great for us either. But I think we'd still be okay. Hopefully now we can just start picking off his satyrs. Treasure Cruise would be great. Him playing Plukernos or something would be real bad. Yeah. So we're going to take 10. If he attacks with everything, he's letting us gain like 4 life for free. Okay, he's making mana. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Reggie. There's a Genesis Hydra for 1 million. Oh, Dragon Lord Tarka. That's gonna be GG. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and concede. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Flooded a bit. Elspeth's great. Disdainful Stroke's really good. Valor Stance is solid. Roast is great. Anger is fine. So basically we can just try to play a early game where we just kill everything. Anger, Mana Strider is usually pretty good against them, but I want to try out a strategy that revolves around anger and just killing everything and then landing a big threat and winning with that. So we're going to cut most of our early creatures. I could potentially cut all the Soulfire Grandmasters, since he does have ways to kill them, and especially after board, it's likely he'll have more stuff to kill him with after board as well. Just Got Charms feel a little awkward. We're going to bring in Masteries. This may bite us, but I want to try out this strategy. I haven't implemented this one yet, since you know, it's likely our opponent has access to Plummet after sideboard if he's playing the Devotion deck, which it looks like he is. So having a bunch of flyers isn't necessarily a good thing, but it is one of our easiest. Mana Strider is one of our easiest ways to kill Xenagos, but we'll try this weird sideboard strategy and reevaluate afterwards. Alright, this hand is good. Really good, actually. We're going to lead off here with Red White Temple, so we can probably play Mastery on turn 2. I think we want lands more than another Ojutai's Command, though Command is very good in the matchup. Alright, him not having a elf on turn 1 is sweet, but we need to draw a Lightning Strike or something to give us protection from Xenagos, I think. Alright, that's not too bad. I think at this point we just want lands to make 2/2s off of Mastery. Morph. Aw. Alright, well, we're going to end a turn Valor Stance. He's probably going to keep... Okay, well, I thought he would keep the Plukernos, but I guess not. Maybe he just has 2 Plukernoses in hand already. So we'll go ahead and kill this, and then hold up Ojutai's Command, or activate Mastery, depending on whatever is better for us. So we'll play Battlefield Forge. Yeah, counter draw here is pretty good, and this is the board position I wanted to get in, where my opponent is forced to decide between, like, letting me activate with Mastery. Alright, I think I actually just want to counter this and draw a card. It's not a fantastic use of it, but it is good enough, and if he doesn't have another land, then we actually get to sweep him here, which, when he scried the Plukernos to the bottom, yeah, that's really good for us. So let's anger. I'm going to go ahead and crack this fetch land for a blue and just pass. Yeah, so we're in great shape now. Next turn we can roast and then hold up Ojutai's command. Now we actually just get to hold up Ojutai's command and activate a mastery. And we're going to play a second one just in case we hit an Ojutai. We get to gain extra life, or if he has Rex Sage or something like that to kill the first one. So now we'll probably just overwhelm him with 2/2s, being able to hold up Ojutai's command on top of everything. Alright, just land under the manifest. I'd feel a lot safer if I also had Disdainful Stroke though. Genesis Hydra for 1. Yep. Land miss. That's a Desperation Hydra if I ever seen one. But if he draws Nykthos, he is going to be able to maybe get it online. So we're going to Wild Slash it just to get out of the way and to make sure we don't have to deal with it later, since we're in such a good position right now. So now we can just counter his next 2 plays. And just run all over him with manifests. Alright. Drawing lands here is actually great because eventually we want to get to 8 so we can potentially make 2 a turn, or Ojutai's command and make a guy. This is one of the reasons why Devotion can be a weaker choice, just because of how vulnerable it is to sweeper effects. Yep. See, it's really relying on its mana creatures. I assume he's not going to block. We're just going to go ahead and roast and hold up Ojutai's command. Or he just chumps, that's fine too. Should be the game. And we're not going to make a guy just to give him less information. We don't want to... Right now all we have under our things is lands, so... Alright, so now we're on the draw. Anger is still good. All of our removal spells are great. The masteries might not be as powerful after sideboard though. Now that he knows that we have them, he might bring in ways to kill them. But also, since we're on the draw, we might not be able to stabilize as easily. So maybe at least, I don't know. I kind of just want to keep on keeping on. Just kill him with them. It doesn't always work out as well as it did that game, but this hand looks pretty great for it working out like that again, because we get to anger away his mana guys on 3. Hopefully he doesn't have Courser. Alright. Lightning Strike is not bad here. It allows us to kill something post-anger, but since I have the anger, I think I just want to try to draw like a roast or a Valor stance. I'd rather cast that on turn 3 than anything. Plus, if he just goes Courser now, the Lightning Strike doesn't actually kill it either, so roast is awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and play our Mastery. We are masterful. We may not even cast the roast. Or no, we'll definitely cast the roast at some point, but we definitely want to hold up for Ojutai's command when we can. But we need some way to make sure... Actually, keeping Lightning Strike probably would have been better. That way we didn't just lose to Xenagos. I think that was probably a mistake. Alright, well. So he doesn't have another land, I guess. It's possible we should have just let that sit, but I want to use my mana as efficiently as possible so that eventually I get to Treasure Cruise. If he casts Xenagos, that's bad. If he casts Plukernos, that's okay. There he is. The one, the only Xenagos. We can't sweep the token, so as long as we find a way to kill it soonish, I think we should be fine. Alright. Well, I want to make sure I don't get run over, but I think what I'm going to do is just hold up for Ojutai's command, and if he plays something, I'm going to counter it. If he doesn't play anything, I'll just Lightning Strike the Xenagos afterwards. May actually just make a mastery. I'm not sure yet. Alright. Yeah, can't kill that, so counter draw. And now we can go anger away the tokens and kill that with lightning strikes. So feels a little gross to like have to 2-for-1 ourselves, but the anger wasn't getting much better. At the very least, now we can Ojutai's command to draw and gain life if we need to. We know he has a Genesis Hydra in hand, but we don't know the rest of the contents. I'm kind of hoping it's just things that cost 5 or more. If he wants a Genesis Hydra for 2, I'm okay with that for sure. Yeah, looks like that's what he's doing. And we get to Wild Slash that. Hopefully he misses on anything relevant. So now we get to Wild Slash and then either Ojutai's command or Manifest. We actually get to Wild Slash, Treasure Cruise, and do this. Which is all great. Alrighty. So, counter draw. If it's a Pelucranos, I might just let it survive so I can roast it. Since he's... Alright, Whisperwood. I think I just counter draw here. I want to use my mana efficiently. Valor Stance is awesome. Another Wild Slash is awesome. Play Ojutai, and we have a way to protect it with our Valor Stance if he does have Plummet. We could end up getting our Dragonlord Ojutai hit with a Dragonlord Atarka, which would not be great. Elf is okay. Elf is okay. His last card. Not sure what it is. Kind of just want to kill both those guys. I think I'm gonna. Just want to keep him off of Atarka if I can. And if his last card's Plummet, we get to protect and then save our roast for a relevant creature. But it's probably Atarka or Hornet Queen, and now I'm just going to kind of hope he doesn't draw land. Alright, so we're going to main phase this roast. And then play Scryland. I could manifest first, but I might want to hold up the Valor Stance. There's another one on top, so now we get to protect. Even if he draws a land, we get to protect our Ojutai and then untap and then kill his Atarka. And we have another Treasure Cruise at the ready. Well, games 2 and 3 went a lot better than game 1, that's for sure. 6, so big old Genesis Hydra here. I think we're going to kill it. He gets Rattleclaw. We don't want to manifest this turn, and we want to Treasure Cruise again next turn if we can, so. So hitting a burn spell or a counter spell would be awesome. Disdainful Stroke would be probably the best, since that gives us almost complete protection from everything. And we'll take that over the Elspeth, just because we could potentially lose to the Atarka if we don't counter it. So here we can Stance, Stroke, and Manifest, which I think is better than Treasure Cruising at the moment. So we'll just do that. If he taps out, then he's likely going to die. So. Treasure Cruise is also pretty powerful in post-board games where you want to play with Mastery of the Unseen, because hitting land drops is so unbelievably important. Yeah, not afraid of a Pelucranos. Alright, well, we'll make a guy and block, I guess. That way, now he still has to draw land. Now we get punished by plummet here with this play, but I'm okay with that. So, alright, well, we won the first match. We'll be back for the second match in just a few.